Subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon for more updates.
Today I wish to discuss with you a very important topic called simple harmonic motion. You will later on appreciate that whether it is at one level like senior secondary or BSc or MSc or research or a practical world, this simple harmonic motion plays a most vital role in explaining the waves. And you will also understand that we are all the time surrounded by waves, whether they are mechanical waves or the electromagnetic waves or any other kind of waves. So we will straight away begin with a topic which is of utmost importance in various aspects of physics: simple harmonic motion. You know, there are motions which are periodic in nature. Periodic means which they repeat themselves after a regular interval of time. And this time is called time period. Like Earth is moving around the Sun in 365 quarter days. This is the time period of the Earth moving around the Sun, or the Moon moving around the Earth. Likewise, motion of days, nights, seasonal variations, they are all periodic in nature. But all periodic motions are not simple harmonic motion. Such periodic motions which satisfy two conditions are called simple harmonic motion. One, acceleration must be proportional to displacement. Second, acceleration and displacement must be oppositely directed. So if a periodic motion satisfies these two conditions, we shall call it a simple harmonic motion. I'll give you a very simple example. A simple pendulum. mg is the force on the point bob, point mass. It is being resolved in two components, mg cos theta and mg sin theta. Mg cos theta is balanced by the tension in the string, and the net force available is mg sin theta. Mg sin theta force, as you can see, the direction of the force wants to bring the point mass towards the mean position, towards the equilibrium position, and therefore this may be called as restoring force. Restoring acceleration. Further, if this angle theta is taken to be small, then sin theta can be replaced by theta, and therefore acceleration is g theta. Now, if this length is L and this displacement is x, the relationship between L, x and theta is very simple. X is equal to L theta, and this you must have read in the geometry in the earlier classes. So therefore this becomes, theta is now x by L, so g x by L. Can we see now g is the acceleration due to gravity, L is the length of the pendulum which is constant, g is fixed. Acceleration is proportional to x. What is x? The displacement of the point mass. So the first condition it satisfies, that acceleration is proportional to displacement. Second, acceleration is directed towards the mean position as the arrow will indicate, but the displacement is from the mean position. So can we see from here the displacement and the acceleration are oppositely directed. This very clearly indicates even the second condition of the periodic motion and SHM is satisfied. The two conditions, namely the acceleration proportional to displacement, is satisfied. Acceleration and displacement are in opposite directions. That condition also is satisfied. So therefore, the motion of a simple pendulum may be taken as a simple harmonic motion. We shall make use of this process at a little later time. Let's look at more examples. One of the most important example is a particle moving in a circle. Say P is the particle, it moves in a circle. Obviously it is a periodic motion because it will continue to move in this circle and will repeat its motion after a fixed amount of time t. But this motion of the particle in the circle is not SHM. Let's see why. How? If the particle is moving in the circle, what is the force? The force on it is centrifugal force, and v square by r. R is the radius, fixed, m is fixed, and it is moving with a constant velocity. So this is constant. So the centrifugal force which is acting on the particle is constant, and according to our requirement that the force or the acceleration should be proportional to displacement, in this case r is the displacement from the mean position which is fixed, acceleration is fixed, so there is no variation. Acceleration is not proportional to the displacement, and hence this is not a simple harmonic motion. Although the particle is having a periodic motion, but since it is not satisfying the conditions of SHM, therefore it cannot be taken as a simple harmonic motion. But a very interesting thing, let's look at the projection of the moving particle on any of the diameter. Let's see what happens. Let me consider any diameter. This is the diameter. As the particle P is here, its projected point is here. The particle moves from P to P1. The projected point moves from O to O1. The particle moves to P2. The projected point is O2. And as the particle moves on this side, let's say P3, the projected point is O3. So as it moves further down to P4, the projected point is O4. And although the particle has completed one revolution in the circle form, but the point of projection on the diameter moves from O to O2, then to O4 and back to O. So the projected point is moving along the diameter O1, O2, O4, O2. So particle is in the circle, the projected point. It's moving on the diameter O2, O4. We shall now show that the projected point does execute simple harmonic motion. Let's see how. As the particle moves from P to P1 in time small t, this is, say, A, the radius of the circle. This angle is theta. If omega is the angular velocity of the particle, then theta by t is omega. Therefore, theta is equal to omega t. The projected point is O1 and hence the displacement is OO1. From this triangle OP1, O1, this angle also is theta, so sine theta is equal to sine omega t. OO1 is equal to OP1 sine omega t is equal to A sine omega t. This is y, so y is equal to A sine omega t. Y is the displacement, omega is the angular velocity, t is the time in which it is moving, and A is the radius of the circle. With this displacement, we can find the velocity. velocity of projected point. A cos omega t into omega is the velocity, and acceleration further differentiated, this is minus A cos omega t will give us sin omega t, again 1 omega, earlier omega, so it is minus A omega square sin omega t. A sin omega t we can write down as this displacement, so acceleration is equal to minus omega square y. Now can we see acceleration is proportional to displacement, because omega square is constant, so acceleration proportional to displacement. This condition is satisfied. This negative sign here indicates that acceleration and displacement are in opposite directions. So even this condition is satisfied, that the acceleration and displacement should be oppositely directed. Therefore, we can conclude, although a particle moving in a circle does not execute SHM, yet its projected point on any diameter, I have just taken only one diameter, but you could take any diameter, actually execute SHM, as is being very clearly shown by these few equations. Therefore, the periodic motion SHM can also be stated in the form of circle. So circle acts as a reference circle for SHM. Now we will know more about the SHM. I'll erase it. I have got it from here. Acceleration is equal to minus omega square y. Acceleration upon y is equal to omega square if I am taking only the magnitude part. So omega is equal to square root of acceleration upon displacement. What is omega? Is angular velocity. This can be stated as theta by t, as I have defined earlier, but can also be taken in this complete circle. How much is the angle? 2 pi angle. How much is the time? So 2 pi is the angle here and t is the total time in completing this circle. So therefore this can also be taken as 2 pi by t, where t is known as the time period. So this equation is 2 pi by t is equal to square root of acceleration upon displacement. So from here we can find out the value of t. T is equal to 2 pi square root of displacement upon acceleration. This formula, this gives a formula for the time period of the moving projected point on the diameter. We can apply this general formula for all bodies which have simple harmonic motion. Let's look at the acceleration and displacement relationship in case of simple pendulum, which we have derived earlier. What is that relationship? Acceleration is equal to g x by L. This relationship we have already obtained in case of simple pendulum. Put this relationship here to get the time period of the simple pendulum. T is equal to 2 pi under root displacement is x divided by gx by L. So x cancels, it is 2 pi L by G. This is the relation. T is equal to 2 pi under root L by G. This is the time period of the simple pendulum. We shall make use of this relation for obtaining the time period in many more cases. But right now, I am interested in discussing something different. So for today, I would like to conclude with few points. One, I hope you will understand that a simple harmonic motion must be a periodic motion and must satisfy certain conditions, two conditions which we have discussed. We have given one example of simple pendulum. We have given another very important example of a particle moving in a circle. We have shown that although the particle moving in a circle is not executing SHM, yet its projection on the diameter does execute SHM. Further, we have obtained a relationship between the time period, displacement and acceleration for all bodies which are moving in SHM. In our further lectures, we shall take up more examples to show that all such bodies which are executing SHM have a definite time period. We shall calculate the value of such time period, and we shall also discuss more about the reference circle which I have introduced it today. I hope you have understood it. So if you have any questions, we shall be discussing it in our next class. Thank you.